Hey, Marla.
What?
We're live.
We on?
We're on.
Hello.
Hello.
What's happening?
Oh, I hear a lot is happening.
Do tell. Do share.
I've been on all sides of the pendulum of emotion today between life and what we have to share with our audience today.
It's very, very exciting news, and I am right there with you in terms of just overwhelming astonishment.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I am completely verklempt, but just people and how disappointing they are, and society's big epic fail, and but then counterbalancing that is exciting news for us and
It
the
is
show.
exciting news. It's so exciting. We're not going to give it away just yet. But before we do, I want to know, why is it exciting to you? What about this is so exciting to you?
It's like getting asked out on a first date by a hot guy that you've been, thinking about, and you've been cultivating a relationship. So just like we've been cultivating this relationship, and then somebody, took notice. It reminds me of Jay Valentino when I was in 6th grade.
Oh, I was like, am I supposed to know who that is?
How about
Valentino. Jay Valentino he was a good-looking little kid, I imagine. Like, with a name like that, I'm hoping he was living up to that kind of name. The swag. Was he in diapers with swag? That's a
he was like
big
6th, 7th grade. He was hot, like badass Italian.
Yeah.
Feathered hair.
Could you imagine if you were like, he was Irish?
Yeah, right. Pale. He wasn't Irish. He was Saturday Night Fever. Hot.
That's what I'm
swagger.
Feeling.
Yeah.
So if you talk to him, are you connected even on Facebook?
No, I haven't even cyber stalked to see if he's still there, but he's the guy who had a white Malamar dog, or Malamute, whatever those big white dogs.
Did you say to see if he's still there?
Yeah.
Is that what happens when you get to a certain age? It's not just see what they're up to. It's first see if they're still here.
Still alive, and then you go, how did he die? And
how many divorces?
Yes. But when my age somebody dies, the first thing you think of is was it a disease? Was it murder? Was it suicide or domestic violence? That's where my head goes. But yeah, he had a swagger in 6th grade. He's the one whose dog came down the hill, and I went to bring it back, and I discovered there was a couple of ticks on him, and I pulled them off, and I proudly went up and said, "Hi, I was down the hall, and your dog had ticks, and I pulled the ticks off. Hi." And he was like, "Yeah, thanks."
Right.
Slam. And I was like, yeah.
Pulled a tick
I had no
off
game
for him.
I had no game.
Whatever. I suddenly don't like him as much.
Yeah.
So anyway, what I'm excited about with all of this, first of all, shout out to our backgrounds. I think they look great and complementary to each other.
Yes.
What I'm excited about is the alignment. That's my favorite word. And this announcement that we have came easily, right? There was no pushing. There was no struggle, proving, convincing. It was easy. I look for that shit. That shit helps my body say this is a yes.
I felt it too. Listen, you know me. I'm old school curmudgeon, and then working on becoming enlightened and manifesting.
And Jen.
Yeah, and just chilling out and really listening to you go, who cares if you've had 100 unfollowers on Instagram? I don't know, but those algorithms can make me crazy.
Mm-hmm. I'm saying bye to those people. Get out, whatever. You want to unfollow me? Bye.
Bye. Bye. Is that bye?
Yep. Like, you know how when I
Thanks.
text you and I put like 15 E's, that's how I'm saying it in my head.
Okay.
So now you know.
And what do you say? M-U-A-H.
Moi.
Oh, okay. I thought it'd be yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we're excited for this announcement
excited.
for many reasons. You're feeling the
For many
alignment as
reasons.
well.
And manifesting. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm really excited about that.
I was actually looking at the vision board that we created in the last episode of season 1 of our Ageless Adventures.
Yep.
And there's a lot on that vision board that aligns with this announcement.
Yes, it does. And I wish I had the vision board handy because I would reference it, but it was a lot about, oh, of course you have it.
It's right here.
Perfect.
Okay. Succeed in 2020. How we feeling? How we feeling about that one, everybody? The only of its kind. Well, maybe not in a good way, but I think that that's really true of 2020.
Yeah.
Ageless style. That's my favorite, and that's
Ageless style.
That's what I think we're embodying right now. The style and grace. Love that.
Shows
of everything that we are about right now. Everything just feels easy, and I don't have the energy to push or prove anything. So I'm glad that it feels easy, because otherwise I would have to say we're done.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. I have been working on this vision for, I would say 2 years, and I've been actively looking for a millennial-esque, God, I feel like
Hello? Oh, did
makeup.
Did you ring? You look great. Jenny is here and she says, "How do you look so amazing?"
You
You
always look amazing. Oh, thank you,
She's saying
Jenny.
it about
It's the backlighting, sunblock, and lots of water. Because yeah, I'm looking like I have no color.
She
but
says you should see her roots. We're all feeling you. We're all feeling you, Jenny, on the roots.
We're all feeling you. Jen, when we were talking, go ahead.
I text my hairdresser with an SOS last week because I wanted to dye my entire head pink, like this kind of pink, like blend into my background pink. I was like, I'm understanding why they call that hair dye manic panic, because I had a manic moment of wanting to change. I'm like, I've redesigned every room in my apartment. Now what? And I turn to my body and I say, what can we change and not be Khloe Kardashian? Go.
Oh my gosh. You know what? It's like they were beautiful.
I know.
So scary. They look like hand puppets.
Bobbleheads.
From the 70s.
I think.
Bobbleheads. Yeah. I mean,
I know.
listen,
Why is
she
that
worked hard to. In LA, it is. It looks like you were, you blew the back, the tailpipe of a bus, and you just burnt your lips.
I think that that's the look for like the red carpet look. Most women look like bobbleheads when they're on the red carpet. I'm like, their head is like bare. I'm like, what's happening?
No, this is what they do. They scan the crowd.
Right. And then they turn their body to get as many angles as possible and get all the, we need to be invisible and take up less space, women, is the message here.
Yeah, it's making sure, every gets the shot.
Yeah.
But I don't watch like Real Housewives or anything, and I was at a friend's house and she really loves watching it. And Lisa Rinna, granted, she was like, ahead of the curve with the plumped up lips, but you just see these women and they jack up here.
Yes.
It's that look. And I mean, they have access to the best plastic surgeons. I think it's criminal that they think that looks well, because especially in high def TV, you just see.
Not great. Madonna is, it's just so full. The face is so full, but like in a the way that an alcoholic looks swollen. Like there's something
Yeah.
in between the skin and it's like, oh yeah, there is. It's filler and it's filling up. So anyway.
Or they're in anaphylactic shock after a bee sting.
Right. It's that look.
Yep.
That we go for. Are we ready to tell them? I need you to do it because I feel like this is really, I'm here for it and I'm part of it, but I feel like this is your manifesting. And so I want you to be the one to announce it.
Okay. Well, I'm a 25-year professional stand-up comic. I'm from Long Island, okay? I started in New York, but I really clicked with all the Long Island comedians. There's this Governors Comedy Club on Long Island. It is like the best club to work. Started working there. My friend Joey Cola, who is hilarious, pulls me in. He's doing a live podcast because Governors Comedy Radio is housed inside a Governors Comedy Club. So one of the the producer, the head guy, Tony Walker, super nice guy. You know how you just jive with the nice, funny, relatively normal people. He starts commenting, hey silly, hey silly. Next thing you know, I get a private message from him. Listen, we would love to have Ageless Adventures, you and Jen, on our station. So it was Saturday and I forwarded you the email. We started talking or texting and then we got on the phone and then we got on the phone with Tony. And it's such an amazing opportunity because not only do they have a built-in audience, but we're going to have a weekly show every week on
Tuesdays, 1:30 p.m. Eastern.
Could you say that again?
Tuesday! Jenn and Marla's Ageless Adventures live, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Every Tuesday, I put the links in the comment section already. You can go to their website, govsradio.com. Yep. Follow them on Facebook. We'll be live on Facebook. They'll be promoting us on their Instagram. So please, you guys, go like their page. Go follow them on Instagram. Something that everyone needs to know and support about comedians and business in general is that it's an economic situation of supporting each other. So we want to bring our audience into their world just as they want to bring their audience into our world. It's a reciprocal gratitude that I really want them to feel because I am so excited about this. I feel so excited for us and for you, Marla, because you've talked to me about Governors Comedy Club since I've met you. It's one of the places that when you get off that stage, you're lit up for like days.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to get to be a part of their community. And this is how I move through life. You know, I slip in through side doors and people are like, how did Jen Lederer get here? Like, she's been here for 2 seconds. Who let her in? And it's because I have, you know.
And why is she running the show?
Who gave her the keys to the building already? So anyway, I'm really excited and to be a part of it. Manifest alignment, hashtag Govs Comedy Radio. You guys, hashtag manifest, hashtag alignment, hashtag Govs Comedy Radio. Give them the love. Show them how awesome our community is. I know you watching this. We know you. We love you. You're our OGs. Do we want to give them
a taste? You know what? Yes. I just want to say something that you just said about what you said about how did she get the keys to the studio? That reminds me of a bit of amazing advice I had gotten.
Wait, save that.
When a door
okay. Save it.
When somebody says no.
Save it.
Oh shit. Okay.
Save it to the end.
That's right. I'm jumping format.
She just fast forwarded in her head, you guys, and you'll find out what I mean in a moment. We're gonna give you guys a taste.
The ADD.
I know. I have it too, which is why I can recognize it so quickly. All right.
Or it's like we mind meld because I have an idea and then you know what I'm talking about, which is a really good thing.
Yes. It is the only way we coexist so smoothly.
Correct.
All right. So when Govs Radio came to us, when Tony Walker texted Marla and was like, yo, we want to give you this platform, you know that we had to come together and say, all right, how are we going to raise the bar? Because we don't just leapfrog and lily pad over to the other spot and not evolve. That's not what we do. So we're giving you guys a taste of these new segments that we created that are reminiscent of what you've been seeing from us, but we think is going to be a lot of fun for engagement for you guys to talk to us as well and answer some questions and get some advice and things like that. So the first segment, do you want to deliver this line since you love it so much? You know, I'm going to make you always say it.
How old are you?
Close though.
Shit, what is
You're
it?
how old?
You're how old?
You're how old? And you guys, I have this segment in here. We have it in here because we get that question a lot.
All the time.
When someone hears what I have to say, maybe they're talking to me through email or they've only ever heard my voice for some reason, they picture a much older version. When they meet me, I got carded for a bottle of wine the other day, and I was like, I need you to just know that you've made my pandemic. Maybe it's because half my face was covered now that I'm thinking of it. My eyes are very young in my mask. But anyway, I feel like people have a hard time nailing down my age. And you feel the same, right?
Absolutely. Because I'm the queen of unsolicited advice, even if I've just had one conversation and we've never met in person, and also the sound of my voice, they think I'm, 60, 65, 70, like 70. And, I think they expect, like my grandmother, who was 5'0", white blonde hair, compact little body, no arms, no legs, just a giant boob with a mouth on top. And, just like if I was somebody in the 70s, I would be Bella Abzug, US, New York. She wore these big hats and she was part of the triumvirate of powerful women, activist women who
was hanging out with Gloria Steinem, who, so what we're kind of sharing how old we feel this week.
Yes.
What's going on in our current world, because our age is irrelevant. We feel different ages at different times. Marla knows
all the time.
I go to bed way earlier than she ever does. I'm the 70-year-old in our relationship in that way. I get up at today. You know what time I got up today?
What?
4:45.
Was that to pee and go back to sleep?
No, it was, we're up. I guess we're up.
Does Rock get up at that time?
No, but he's not far behind me. Today he got up at like 6:15.
Oh, I'm up just peeing and then I'm going to sleep, back to sleep.
So anyway, age, we're waffling back and forth between everything. This week, I feel like Gloria Steinem, but like the young Gloria Steinem in the 70s, because I really am feeling that fire that I think she had. And what's the name? What was the name that you just gave? Who?
Bella Abzug.
Bella
Don't I sound like Bella Abzug?
Yes, that's a great name for you, actually.
Bella Abzug.
So what are you feeling? What's the fire in your belly about with activism? What's your Bella Abzug fire this week?
Is seeing all the news reports of people partying, not social distancing, not giving a shit about wearing a mask. I see New Yorkers, I see young people walking around like goose stepping next to each other, expressionless, very defiant. And it makes me crazy. It makes me crazy. And then also watching America's Got Talent, and I watched The Voice for some positivity. Yeah. Seeing Willie, a man, his name was Willie. Yeah. And Willie, I'm his name was Willie. He spent
Archie Williams.
Archie Williams. Archie Williams, my big love to you. He was incarcerated wrongly for 37 years, and he fought and he kept positive, and DNA freed him after 37 years, and he walked out on the stage and gave a performance. I was bawling my eyes out. He's saying, "Don't let the sun go down on me," and everybody was I'm getting verklempt. It was unbelievable. That, and then what happened in Minneapolis, and Maud, his nickname was Maud in Georgia. That's what breaks my heart. You?
Yeah. I'm with you. I feel so much of, so here's what I need to call myself out on. I'm always feeling the anger of what's happening, and I'll take action, but I'll often do it privately, or I'll share it just on my Instagram story, or just on my Instagram, or somewhere where I compartmentalize my activism and my opinions around, especially things like Black Lives Matter, or really fucking anything. I compartmentalize my opinions. And what came out in my journaling this morning at 4:45 a.m. was the need to not do that anymore, because, Black people don't get to compartmentalize their safety. It doesn't matter if they're in church, in a movie theater, at school, walking down the street, coming home from a party, sleeping in their bed. There's no option for them. So, I'm just very much in that awareness of, I've been super comfortable, and it's time for me to get uncomfortable, and it's time for me to say things imperfectly, and to not know exactly what to say, to not know exactly what to do, but still show up in whatever capacity I have and fucking say something.
I agree. And, it's interesting being a Jewish person and having been a victim of anti-Semitism, where all of a sudden it's like you're a Jew and this hatred comes out. So I'm hypersensitive to, the Black Lives Matter, because just feeling like, you think you're safe and you're walking down the street, or you're sleeping in your house, and something can just change on a dime. And then that dovetails into just the president and his spewing of hate. And it's like he's the devil, and what he's inciting, bringing out the worst of humanity and civility and decorum and respect. And it's like this guy was handed a silver platter, and why is he so goddamn angry, and his absolute disrespect for women, and his family following in lockstep, and the people that think he's great. And you look at the coronavirus cases gonna spike. Just watch 2 weeks from now, everybody in Daytona and the Ozarks. I bet Marty Bird would have, and his wife would wear masks, don't you think?
Who's that?
Do you watch Ozark?
No.
Jason Bateman, Laura Dern. Oh, not Laura Dern. Laura Linney. Oh, it's this crazy show. Anyway, we're not going to go into that, but it just people not caring about others. It just blows my mind, and it breaks my heart.
Yeah, I would agree on all of that. Other than yes, he's stoking the flames and making it worse and giving a larger platform, but he really is the manifestation of the truth that already existed. And so,
okay, so he's the splinter that's coming to a head.
He's what it's been this whole time.
Right.
It's just now it's in a place where someone like me, someone that for 30 plus years of my life was able to look away at any time and not really be affected. And I think white people are now experiencing that what the underlying anxiety that we have that's filtering into our lives, the fear of COVID, the fear of job loss, the fear of economic failure and deep depression.
Yep.
That's the kind of shit that people of color, Black people, and, you know, all anyone that's not white in this country feels.
Yeah.
And now white people are feeling it. Now we're saying, oh, this is uncomfortable. This needs to fucking change and go away immediately. And my body, my rights. It's blowing my mind that I'm seeing that on signs that Republicans are holding. My
Right.
body, my rights.
Right.
Give my phrase, my rights. Give us our phrase back.
You know what? Get pregnant by some skanky guy, or God forbid you're raped by your uncle, and then you want to go get an abortion, so because you don't want to bring a young, I don't know, Jeb. Could somebody get the fucking phone?
I mean, extra. People are calling already. This is an LA deal for us. You better get that. All right. So you
Operators
guys
are standing by.
Standing by now. This shit is getting intense already. The way that we're talking about, I don't even know how we got here, but I love it. Okay. I'm going to keep the train moving.
Please.
I think we're both going to have the same answer, but let's see. You guys know that we've been watching Dead to Me. We are going to continue this in the new show on Governors Radio. Those of you who joined us a little late, we made the announcement. We've gotten picked up by Governors Radio. We will be live every Tuesday, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. So tune in there. All the links are in the comments. So we will be continuing to talk about Dead to Me. So today we're not going to talk about an episode, but we still have the question, are you a Judy or a Jen? So in the comments, let us know. First of all, how old do you feel this week, right? Or what generation are you vibing with? And number two, are you a Judy or a Jen, Marla?
When I think of manifesting, I feel like I'm Judy, but my daily day-to-day encounters with people, you're fucking on the show, I'm Jen. I'm Jen, 100% Jen. You?
I know you're almost always going to be a Jen.
I'm always a Jen.
I am almost always 50-50 down the middle.
Agreed.
But I will give a little more. I think that this week it's more of a 60-40 Jen because of my just directness that I'm feeling and the no room for bullshit and the here's my opinion if you don't like it. I don't have time to give a shit. That is something. Is this Teddy? Is this our mascot wanting to say hi?
Teddy. Hey, Teddy, come here. Come. Teddy.
Get your ass over here.
Hi, baby girl. Come here.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the baby.
We tried to go out for a walk.
And then what
Teddy.
happened?
Hi, Teddy.
Teddy, you're getting so blonde in the summer.
Oh, no. It's blonde. Isn't that Khloe Kardashian's new hair color?
Oh, my
blonde.
bad. You're right. But she's really getting white.
Yes.
All right.
Look
so
I'm
60-40 Jen, Judy. You're pretty much Jen. Who's Teddy?
90 Jen. Oh, Teddy is Judy. Look at that. Oh,
totally.
Look at that. You're Judy. You want to go out, don't you? It's
and Teddy
time.
Teddy is Judy because she's accidentally telling on herself and the situations all the time. Like dogs can't lie. They're like, I did it. It's my bad. Baby.
But I'm trying to teach her not to bark, because she's like, and I'm like, oh, I look like one of those douchey dog owners. Oh no, my dog doesn't bite. She just barks, right? And so when I now clap because I taught her how not to bark in the apartment.
I love how she just looked at you with that voice.
Yeah, but she goes like this, and you see the whites of her eyes when she gets when she's upset. All she's like, what do you do? I never scold her.
That's good. That's not helpful to a dog. There's other ways. Actually, that's not helpful to humans either. That's really how we got here. Okay, so we've got, what is her first name? Who were you from Sally? The 70s?
Bella Abzug.
God, name cannot stay in my brain. I'm Gloria Steinem, but we're both like young versions of people in the 70s doing the damn thing. On top of it, we have mostly Jen and a dash of Judy. And we're going to close this off with our final segment, which is Ageless Advice. And this is a segment where Marla and I will share either a piece of good advice that has carried us through some difficult times or stayed with us and is really helpful, or we'll share a piece of bad advice that didn't age well, wasn't helpful. Maybe we still listen to it for a while. And I would love for you, our listeners and viewers, to do the same. Share in the comments either of those things. Good piece of advice, bad piece of advice.
Perhaps we should counterbalance our rage at humanity with something good. So what was a good piece of advice that you got?
Weren't you going to do an advice? Weren't you starting off with advice before I reeled you in 10 minutes ago? What was that you were going to share?
Okay. When I was first starting out my career and I started off in TV news, the advice I got was when a door closes or somebody says no, you say, okay, and you go around the back, but there's always another entrance. So you can go through the window, the sliding glass door, you can climb up the roof, or just break in. So that's always been my my MO. If somebody says no, I go, okay. And then I find another way in. How about you?
Wait, I love that so much because I think what most people think you were going to say is when one door closes, another one opens. And you're not saying that. You're like, oh, I'm sorry. Is this door closed? Let me check the back window.
Open up, police.
Okay, that's funny. That's amazing. And I love it. I'm similar in that way. I would tell people that I would scale. I climb to the top of the building and scale down, which is kind of what we were talking before of like, how is this bitch running things already? That's like, I just end up in the CEO office first.
Okay.
Insert joke here.
I feel like, I finance the deal and I'm like, okay, good. Let's do it.
All right. So you're
That makes sense.
I don't know. What are you saying?
Nothing. Forget it.
Belinda wants you to know that her dog really doesn't bite. He just barks. Fight me, she says.
Well, same, listen, Teddy hasn't had any, she's been social distancing. She sees a dog. She's like, hey, you want to hang out? And then she'll go, rah, because maybe she feels invisible. Maybe she's picked up some of my insecurities. God, I hope not. But she just has to be chiller and not hit people over the head like, hey, I'm a dog, I want to play, but just be a little cooler. And that's what we're working on.
Okay. That feels like a good umbrella goal for your entire household, actually.
Yeah. I mean, she is like the chillest dog, which is
she's the leader of this
her parents.
If there was a track of like, on Price is Right, when like something's racing up the mountain, Teddy's winning significantly in your household on the chill mountain.
It's kind of, even when she was a puppy, I'm the chillest.
Well, that's probably because you've been flipping her Valium since day one, but that's another story.
That's not true. I don't want to get like the PETA people on me.
The PETA people. Okay. You ready for my piece of advice?
Yes, I am.
This is something that my first grade teacher said to me. I shook her hand and I pulled my hand back really fast and I looked at her and I said, your hand is sticky. You should wash it.
I love that.
And she looked at me.
Love that.
She looked at me and said, that is an amazing skill to be that honest. Don't ever change. And that shit stayed with me. I don't know if any of you can tell, but that was really defining moment. I don't remember the teacher's name, but I remember the room. I remember where she was standing and where I was standing. I remember what she was wearing. It was a very defining moment.
Wow. You don't remember your first grade teacher?
Teachers matter. Oh no, it wasn't first grade. It was kindergarten. And she wasn't
That's even better.
She wasn't my teacher. She was the teacher next door, and she was in the room. That's what it was. Because Mrs. Kozak was my kindergarten, and Miss Colcom was my first grade. There we go. I remember them. Pulled them out. Look at that. And this was Miss, I don't remember this woman's name, but she taught in the class next to mine, and she was like a really old woman. I saw her as old, short pixie cut, gray hair. So like, I just saw her as like really old to me. And so I was kind of scared of her. I remember being scared of old people when I was little, like not knowing how to be around them. They always kind of frightened me. So I think that's part of why I was like, hey, I'm just going to be really honest with you because I'm already scared of you. So here. And then you just,
what do I got to lose?
Right. Like I'm already wanting to get out of here. But anyway, she was thankfully an adult about this whole thing and encouraged a young woman to use her voice.
Very cool, because I was always told you're so precocious, which the subtext was a pain in the ass and difficult. And all my report cards was Marla would be a really good student if she wasn't in the middle and giving advice to her classmates. She's very social.
Well, it's working out for you now. Those types of report cards, I would imagine, were a lot of comedians. A lot of those report cards grow up to be comedians.
Right. So, but I love the connection and the parallels to the kind of who we would be in the 70s and the fact that they were aligned. And I'm so psyched that my 70s aviators, I wore these in high school. And the fact that they're back, I'm really excited.
They're back hard. They're the only ones I will ever wear. Aviators.
Ever.
Or nothing.
Yeah.
Aviators are honestly
ones.
Like visor. Like, give me a goddamn visor. If I can't have aviators, I'll just go all the way to the other side. I'll just wear a visor.
Can I tell you, when my dad was when he was, in and out of the skilled nursing facilities, we hired this woman. And not only was she a cat lover and covered in cat fur, but she showed up wearing a visor. And I was like, I said, don't judge a book by its cover. And when I saw her in the room, I was like, I just was like, you're out of here.
All right, you guys, this is a taste of where we are headed. Again, we are so excited to be going to Governors Radio. I will put all of the links in the description.
Comedy Radio.
Yes, I believe the website is governorsradio.com or Govs Radio, whatever. The links will be there. You need to follow us Tuesdays, 1:30 p.m. Please show them your love. Show them how awesome the audience is that we're bringing over. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Yeah, and hey, whoa, what is that?
I don't know.
Shout out to Tony Walker and his wife Sally.
Yes.
And the opportunity at Governors Comedy Radio. So we bid you adieu because we're out of here.
We out.